so excited to be talking to you today about branding and starting that to create your influence. I joined the business 5.5 years ago when I was a broke 18-year-old high school student with no idea what I wanted to do with my future. And I was casually scrolling through Instagram, came across this business, and immediately knew that I needed to be a part of whatever this girl was a part of. And, after getting started, I was super afraid of failing just because I was so young. I had never done anything like this before. I actually didn't even really know what network marketing was. And I jumped in without knowing what a single product even was that I was going to be promoting. I just needed this to work. And over the last 5 years, it's impacted me in so many ways, and obviously hugely in financial. It's changed my life in every single aspect. It's created this incredible community of women that I get to empower and lead every single day. I've met the most incredible friends that I would have never known if it wasn't for this business. And it's just added so much value to my life that I truly don't know what I would do without this business.
Yes, and I joined this business about 7 years ago, and similar to Shay, I was a college student. I was broke. I was living less than paycheck to paycheck, putting gas and groceries on credit cards. Saw this girl on Instagram, and I was scrolling through. I saw her stuff. I was super skeptical. I didn't think I had enough time to do anything like this. I was a full-time college student. I had 2 jobs I was working, but I knew that something had to change, and I couldn't see myself being in the same position a year from then. So I just joined the business, and I said yes. And because of this business, like Shay said, it's changed everything for us financially, but it's also given us the most incredible freedom to be able to do this stuff, to travel, to go different places and experience new things. And it's brought the most incredible friendships and the community. And I just absolutely love everything this business has to offer. I'm the healthiest that I've ever been in my life. And I'm just thankful for this business and what it's done for us.
Yes. And so we have built our businesses completely on social media. And something that we have utilized is building our own brands. We are best friends and we work this business together. We're not on the same team, and we've been able to build incredible businesses based on who we are. And so we hope that through this panel, you're able to learn and utilize these tools to create your own brand. And so what is a brand? This brand is just basically your identity. It's what people think of when they think of you. When I think of Morgan, I'm going to think of this, 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 and this. And when I think of me, I'm going to think of this, 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 and this. And it's things when people are out and about, they're like, oh my gosh, Cheyenne would love that. Oh my gosh, this is, this makes me think of Cheyenne. And so these are things that when people think of you, this is what they're going to think of and help you build that brand for your business. And really, ultimately, what this is going to do is create relatability for you, so that people are going to make that connection with you, because at the end of the day, people are going to buy you before they buy into the business opportunity or the products. It's that question of why are people going to buy from you over her or me or someone else in the business? It's that, established brand for you. And just that importance of understanding that when you get that out there and you share who you are and you share your heart, these people are going to follow along with your journey. They're going to see about your kids and your family and your husband and the things that you love. And that's how I've created almost this culture within my Instagram of people that they're my friends. They're people that I've never met in my entire life, across the country, across the world, on my social media platform, simply because they know who I am based on what I've put out there on my social media. And so we're super excited to share this with you. And I know Morgan is super incredible at this as well, because she works super hard on attraction marketing. And so why don't you tell them a little bit about that?
So I love what you said about them buying into you before they buy into the products. And that's so true. But you have to remember that when someone that's not in this business yet sees your page, they can't relate to anything business related yet, because that's not who they are. It's not a part of them yet. They're going to relate to what? They're going to relate to your family, your friends, who you are, what you eat, what you love, where you shop, TJ Maxx, you know what I'm saying? They relate to that stuff. That draws them in to want to see what you're talking about. And that includes the business, that includes the products. So when they are relatable, or you're relatable to them and they relate to you, they're going to reach out to you about the products. And so we use this for enrollments. And so when people ask me where I get so many of my enrollments, of course I'm using Host to Post. If you're watching this online, go ahead and just drop a 1 in the chat if you love Host to Post. I get customers all the time from Host to Post. Shay does too. But how cool would it be if while you're doing Host to Post, you're getting a couple of DMs every day of them asking you about the coffee and them reaching out to you as well. And that's what we get because we just show our brand. And we'll talk a little bit more about what that looks like and how to do that. But I wanted to show you really quick a couple of our different slides to kind of show you what this looks like on a day-to-day basis. And I want you to be intentional about this, but you're going to think about things that you love, things that you do on a day-to-day basis, what your family looks like, all the stuff that you eat, those things like that. So we're showing you different slides from our Instagram story, boomerangs that we show, different funny moments that we have that happen to us, unfortunate events that happen to us. Okay, y'all know all about that in our life, but these are some examples of the stuff that we post on a day-to-day basis, and we are very consistent on our Instagram stories. And one thing I want you to remember is as you're building a brand, it does take time. People are going to have to catch on to the similarities that you have every single day, and they'll be like, oh, she always loves Mexican food, she always is eating Chick-fil-A, she always posts about her dog, and it takes a while for them to catch on to that. But if you stay consistent, I can promise you that you're going to have a brand, and you're going to have people who are attracted to that brand. And that's where you start bringing in people who are more like you, and you start bringing in a team of people who have the similar interests as you. And I think of Sherry Lynn, we hung out with her team a couple of weeks ago, and whenever you think about her team is very similar to her.
Yes.
Because she has a brand. She knows who she is, and she posts like that on social media. And I am not Sherry Lynn, and I am not Cheyenne Knox, but I have my own brand, and my people are like me. And so that's what we're going to talk about. So let's talk about, like, if you don't feel like you have a brand, a lot of us feel like that. I know you might be like, well, I don't have a fun life. My life is just kind of boring. I don't have a family, or my family's not exciting. Let's talk a little bit about that, because we had those feelings too when we started doing this, and we just got creative. So
so like I said, when I started, I was 18. I had no kids, no husband, no dog. I hadn't really established what I even wanted to do in life. And so when I started sharing on social media, back when I started, we used to post like 5 or 6 times on Facebook, and I'm like, I can barely post once. I don't have anything to talk about. And so I just started getting really creative, and I started to understand that it doesn't have to be significant, massive things that you're posting about. It's the little things, because you have to understand that there are moms that are staying home with their babies every day and feel the same as you, because a lot of times mothers seem to lose that identity of things that they love because they're just at home all day. So you have to understand that if you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're a mom, you're posting about your kids, and that seems like it's not as significant and crazy, but it's relatable. That's what we want you to understand about this. We live this life now, and we travel, and we do all these things, but this is not what my life looked like 5 years ago at all. And so what I started doing was, if I went out to Taco Bell, I was going to post a picture of my Taco Bell, because y'all know how much I love that. And I would literally just post my order on there, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, I love this. This is what I get too. And I started connecting with people over a fast food restaurant, you guys. And then I started going to Hobby Lobby and Home Depot, and I started understanding that I really like to decorate. And so I started sharing, I would go in the store, take pictures of like canvases and stuff that I liked. I wouldn't buy them because I couldn't afford them yet, but I just was sharing things that I love to do. And then that's when I found kind of my little bit of addiction to TJ Maxx. And I kept going to TJ Maxx over and over. And so I would post that on my stories, and I would post that on my Facebook and say, look at what I got, or should I get this or this? To where I was building those relationships and really growing my brand in those things. So I want you to think about those things, and we're going to have so many resources for you throughout this panel for you to really establish that brand. But I just want you to sit and think about the things that make you who you are. And it can be something insignificant like TJ Maxx or Taco Bell, or maybe your favorite restaurant. And it's your kids, your husband, and letting people in on those aspects of your life that you so deeply care about. When I think of Morgan, I think about Nala and how much she loves her dog. And it's really all about her dog on Instagram. She does have a husband too, but it's about her husband. And now she has a baby on the way. Like that's her life, and she lets people in on that. And I now, I have a salad that I share from Chick-fil-A, and so many people will go to Chick-fil-A and tag me in their story over a salad, you guys. So it doesn't have to be some crazy significant thing. And I know where it feels like when you feel like you don't have that brand, but that brand is going to grow. I really challenge you to get out there and stretch yourself and figure out those things that you absolutely love, and just start sharing them. And you'll realize, like, I have a girl on my team who loves playing video games. Like, And she started sharing that and found a lot of people that love to play video games too. Like, it's whoever you are. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't try to be Mia Morgan. Don't try to brand yourself with something that's not you, because that's not going to feel authentic. We want you to be authentic and be 110% you. And I always tell my girls, I want you to post like you did before the business. Post all the things that you love, then take all the things about the business and integrate them in together. We don't want you to change anything about who you are. We don't want you to try to post like me or anyone else. Post like you and do that every single day. And pretty soon you'll look back and say, wow, this is my brand. So much so that it's in my bio. And now everyone knows I'm obsessed with TJ Maxx. That's just how it goes. So we want to talk to you about this as well, because we spend a lot of time together. We spend a lot of time traveling, hanging out with friends. And we know, especially with it being summer and, the end of the year, like, things get crazy with holidays and birthday parties. And so we want to talk to you about what being intentional can do for your business and for your brand.
Yeah. And so what I love that she was talking about, did you notice that she didn't say, change your whole lifestyle, go spend a lot of money so that you can create a brand? She's talking about using the things that you do every single day already, but just being intentional to share them. So whenever I was thinking about this with my team, we actually came up with a list of questions and we've added them to a worksheet that we're going to give you as a PDF so that you can download that. You'll see the resources there. But one of those questions is, if I were to come to your house and I jumped in your car, based on what you know about me, if I said you can take me to 2 restaurants, which 2 restaurants would you take me to? Probably a Mexican food restaurant and a Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
So, because I post about those. Are you eating food every day? Yes. You just have to start posting about it, because then people start to catch on to all of the things that you love. If Ashley Mayfield jumped in my car, where would I take her? Sushi. Okay, because she loves sushi. It's part of her brand. That's what she loves. So I know that she's posting about that consistently. I'm eating anyway, so now I'm just posting about it. That's what we mean when we're saying be intentional. You're going shopping anyways, you're getting stuff for your house, you're decorating and doing these things, you're buying kids clothes. Start posting about that stuff. Just be intentional. So one thing that I love to do, I'm a big planner. Okay, I love to plan because I feel like, and Cami says this all the time, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Yes. Especially in the summer. I have a baby coming in November. I know things are going to get hectic. So I'm planning now for what that's going to look like and how I'm still going to work this business, because it's not an option for me. It's not negotiable. So what can I do to make sure that I am getting all the stuff done that I need to do, that I'm building my brand, that I'm sharing who I am? I came on this trip. I didn't know what that trip was going to look like. I had an idea of a couple of different things we were going to do, but I didn't know day to day a schedule of what we'd be doing. And especially now, I don't know what we're going to be doing. And so, but I have a plan. So before I came here, I put in my notes on my phone. There's no app. It's just the notes app on your phone. You have one no matter what phone you have. So I jot down the day of the week and I put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, whatever. Saturday is my Sabbath. So that's very minimal with my content. But other days of the week, I'm intentional. So if I know that one day I'm going to be going to the mall and, I'm going to do a try on haul, and I post those on my Instagram story and they get so much interaction. I do a poll and I say, love it or leave it. And I don't care what their opinion is. I'm going to keep it if I like it or not if I don't. And you don't even have to buy the stuff. If you go to the mall, like she said, you might not have the money to buy the stuff. Go into the dressing room and try them on anyways, and then do a little poll. It doesn't have to be anything that you're buying $300 worth of clothes to do this. This can be really simple and cheap, but it's something that you were going to do anyway. So if I know Monday I'm going to the mall, I'm going to write that down and I'm going to say a try on haul. I'm going to put food on there. Why? Because it's something that I love and I know I'm going to eat food that day. Do I know where I'm going to eat? No. Do I know what I'll be in the mood for? No. But I know that I'm going to eat, so then I can post about food. We did that yesterday. I knew I was going to go eat somewhere. We actually went to a super cute restaurant, so I ended up posting about that because I had it on my list of things to post about that day. And then I also will add in like an opportunity post. Tuesday, maybe I'll say I'm going to do a cleanse post, and then I'm also going to post about my dog, and then I'm going to post an interactive post about being pregnant. And I'm going to post something about that. Why? Because that's my brand. That's who I am. And it all meshes in together. So on that worksheet, you're going to do that too. You're going to plan out your week. You're going to plan out the days. You're going to use the tools that we've given you, those questions that we asked. We're going to give you the different pillars. Figure out who you are. I'm a wife. I'm a dog mom. I'm a boy mom to be, pregnant. I have had a miscarriage, and I also love the Lord. Those are 5 of my pillars, and there are more to that, but those are the big ones that I talk about a lot. And so I'm going to share things about those every week, something about each of those every week. I love food. I love, Mexican food and Chick-fil-A and all those things. I'm going to post about that too. But then I'm also going to throw in a cleanse post, a gummy post, an opportunity post here and there in between those so that they see who I am, but they also see what I have to offer, because people want what we need. They need what we have, but we also have to show them who we are, or we're not going to be able to connect with them for them to, number one, feel comfortable to reach out to us, or 2, for them to be willing to open up and listen to us when we message them first. And so it all kind of goes in hand. If you feel like you're doing all the things, you're doing your 6 list, you're showing up every day, you're sending out the host to post messages, you're doing all of the things, but you're just not getting traction, I bet it's because you haven't built a brand. And I know that if you are consistent with that enough, you plan out your days, you plan out your weeks, you become really intentional about posting the things that you love and that you're already doing. And you can, one thing I wanted to say too before I forget is, there was times where I thought that I didn't have a brand, and there were things I didn't really know. I was like, well, I'm running out of things to talk about, okay? And so I decided that if I'm going to eat anyways, I'm going to start cooking, and I'm going to post recipes. So I did that. I stepped out of my comfort zone, tried something new. So maybe some of you need to try something new. If you're like, well, I don't go to the gym, but I'd love to, start going and make it part of your brand. Okay, so make that something that you're very intentional about. But if you can be intentional and consistent with building your brand, I promise that it's going to 10x the efforts that you're putting in. You're going to see tenfold back what you're putting into this, because it's just going to flow naturally. And not only will you be getting responses from messages you're sending, but you're also going to be getting new DMs from people that you haven't even messaged yet, from people that you haven't even talked to, and they're going to be following you, and they're going to get excited about what you have. So let's talk about what kind of impact that can have on your business as you're doing it long term.
Yeah, and I think something that's super powerful about what she was talking about is just understanding, you guys, that this is going to become more natural for you. When I first started, it wasn't like instinctive for me to be like, oh, I'm eating, let me post this. It was something that I got better at. Now it's a part of my routine. Every morning when I wake up, I make my coffee video. Like, it's like the back of my hand, just what I think of. So the more that you start doing things, and the more that it becomes like, okay, I need to post this. Okay, this would be something I could post. We still sometimes forget. And now, we've been spending time together. When we're out, we're taking videos and pictures, and we're like, oh, this would be cute. And I just save them all so that I have content to post. And sometimes I don't get through all of it. I'll post it for the next couple of days so that people can see that I have some stuff, but I'm not actually that cool because I don't have a lot of stuff to do. So I'm going to make it look like I have more. And it's just a funny story. When I was at her house one time, I walked in and she had a stack of boxes by her front door. And I was like, what are all these boxes for? And she's like, oh, well, I got It Works packages, my BoxyCharm, some other things that I ordered. And I can't post them all in one day because then that's too much content. So now I have some fillers to post throughout the week. So you don't have to post everything as it happens. You can save it and use it for those days that maybe you're just chilling on the couch and you don't have anything to post.
And then you go open up your BoxyCharm and you have something to post about.
Exactly. And so just finding little things like that you can, put into your stories and stuff later on. So I really do want to talk about the impact of what branding can do, because when I think back over the last 5.5 years, the relationships that I've built and some of the leaders I have on my team simply came because they related to me on something that I felt was insignificant, but it's a huge part of my life. And so for everyone that follows me, you know that I'm super close to my dad, and I have a really great relationship with Shay, the Shay and Shay duo. And I, started posting more about him, and he hated it at first. He really did hate being posted about. I'm sure Derek probably didn't love it when you first started sharing him, and we all have those people that are like, don't post about me, or maybe it's your husband or a friend or whatever. He didn't ever want me to post about him until he realized more that people wanted to see that, and they wanted to see how close we were in our bond. And so I started sharing more about what we did and funny moments and him helping me with stuff around my house. And I have people on my team today that have joined me because they love the relationship with my dad, or they'll message me and say, man, my dad passed away, but this just reminds me so much of how close I used to be, or my relationship with my grandfather. And I started to realize truly like what that impact it was making, because people could see that. And even I think about Nala, like we lost our dog this year, and how close she is with Nala. There's probably a lot of people that connect with her because they're so close with their dogs too. And it seems so insignificant, but she's probably built really strong relationships with people on her social media over their dogs. And so that's a super powerful resource for y'all to just think about when you think that it's not a significant thing. It's leaving a lasting impact on the people that follow you. I talk a lot about my faith and a lot about my growth and my journey. And I talk a lot about relationships and advice and my faith and how to grow in my faith. And I've built such strong, lasting relationships that are so intentional with people because they know my heart, they know me, they know what I love, and that's why they stay. And when I think about, I asked, and this is a really great interaction post for you as well. If we both went and posted on our stories a little question box and said, what are the 5 things you think about when you think of me? This is a good tool for you to use because maybe if there's not a consistent, answer, you need to really hone in on those things that are your brands, but you're going to start seeing a lot of things that people notice that you don't think are significant, but they're like, oh, you love this, or you always do this, or, how many of y'all follow along with my patio talks? I sit on my front patio all the time, and it's literally just a chair. It's a location that I'm always sitting in, but people know that's Shay's patio, So just thinking about those moments is really just going to make that impact on your business and just make you, really just have this culture within your social media because you have to think, I'm going to be this business. I'm going to be in this business till I'm a granny. I'm going to be slinging coffee and wraps when I'm 88 years old. Okay. And so I want these people to know me and know who I am and just build this community of people that maybe they're not even going to be on my team, but maybe they will. Maybe these people are just going to be a part of my journey. And that's what I love so much about this is my vehicle to make an impact on the world. And I want to leave people better than the way that they came. And I can do that small part by being exactly who I am and building this brand to create an influence because these people are either going to be on your team or they're going to join your team. And I want them to know who they're joining. I don't want it to be a catfish situation where I'm trying to do everything the way that Morgan does. And they join me and they're like, oh, wait, you're nothing like I thought you were.
That's not who I signed up with.
No, they're like, wait, they should have been with Morgan because I'm copying and pasting her captions, posting her stories the exact same way, which is very easy to get into those spaces because it's easier. And we want it to, obviously what Morgan does works, so we want to do what she does. But you want to make sure that the people, when they're joining you, they're like, this is the girl I joined. This is who I wanted to be my leader. And so that's something to think about when you're thinking about what impact do I want to make? What kind of leader do I want to be? And you'll start realizing that the more that you act like you and you're intentional and you're loving all these things, that you're going to look back at your team and say, wow, they're pretty much me. Like, we are all the same because they have followed along with who you are and joined you, and that's how you've attracted those people. So Morgan's going to give you a call to action because we've given you so many things. We've got the examples of the videos. We're giving you this workshop to help you create your own brand, and with all the tools and resources, we want to make sure that you are equipped with confidence that when you finish this panel, you're like, okay, I need to start working on my brand. I have all the resources I need, and so what can they do to really hone in on that brand?
Well, I love what you said about you don't want to be somebody else that you're not. Okay, we're not sitting here saying we're perfect at this, we're awesome, do what we do and you'll be successful. You can do what we do, but please do it in your own way because like she said, you've got to be yourself because guess what? Shay's going to impact people that I never could and vice versa because of who we are as people. You're going to be able to impact people that neither of us would be able to impact because of the story that you have to share. So talk about that stuff. It doesn't have to be perfect. Please don't feel like a brand is something that's glamorous all the time. It includes the hard stuff. It includes the hard times that you go through. Going through a miscarriage was part of the hard part that I went through. And it is part of my brand. And it's not something that's like a glamorous little like, oh, this is who I am, yay, type of thing. It can be the hard stuff because people relate to that. They connect with that. Even my customers have come to me, and I have so many customers who struggle with miscarriage or infertility because of my story. That's how they found me. And so
I want to add on that too, because I think a lot of times people are afraid to share those hard parts, and it is hard, and it is hard to be vulnerable. But in those moments of me sharing about my childhood and my past and where I came from, it was not glamorous, and it was not something I wanted to share. But because I decided to, I have built so many incredible relationships, and I've helped far more people than I would have been able to help by being silent.
Yeah, and I know it took her a long time to share that stuff because I knew that about her. And I was like, you've never talked about that on social media. So a few of us kind of encouraged her to share that because of how many people can relate to her. And I know she has a girl on her team that has the same story as her. They grew up the same way. And that's because they were able to connect on that level. Yeah. And so don't feel like you have to have it all together. Don't feel like this is going to happen overnight. It takes time, but it's so fun. So have fun with it. Plan it out. Be intentional, but don't overthink it. All the stuff that you love, your Instagram following, your Facebook following should know what you love. And I love the question that you asked, what are 5 things you think of whenever you think of me? If they can't tell you, you haven't been building a brand, but you can start today and you can decide that this is going to be something you're going to be intentionally focused on for the next 3 months and watch how it changes your business. Then it's just going to get better and better. Even I started building my brand last year and I look at my old stories and I didn't blow it up like I used to. I do my stories more consistently now and I'm doing those things more and better than I did last year, but it started somewhere and it started there. And I'm really proud of myself for being consistent. I know Shay, it took her time to be consistent too, and we're still working on it. We're still figuring out who we are, but it helps your identity. It helps you figure out who you are. It helps your Instagram and Facebook followers see who you are, and it helps your team know exactly what they need to do to follow in your footsteps, and it is duplicatable. So what we did is we came up with a worksheet of how you're going to figure out what your brand is. Because I know some of you are like, okay, I believe you, I'm ready to go, let's do this. Now what? What do I do with my hands? On for your after 3. Okay, so on that worksheet, I've compiled a list of questions. We've asked you for your 5 pillars. So on those questions, answer those questions. Figure out what your 5 pillars are. Who are you? What are the 5 things people think of? And ask people on social media if you're having trouble. Then you're going to take those things, all the answers to all those questions, and you're going to put 1 thing on each day for the next week, maybe 2 things on each day for the next week. Then you're going to throw in cleanse posts, gummy posts, opportunity posts, just kind of like filter through them, like cycle through what you need to be posting about for the business and watch how it just flows together. And you're posting those things. You can plan out your post ahead of time and what you're going to say about it. You can let it flow to you that day as long as you know you're going to post an encouraging quote that day. You can let it flow to you of what you want to post in that moment. But plan out your day, be intentional, be consistent, and take this worksheet. This is just an example. You're going to do this again next week too, and the next week. And yeah, I feel like I'm confident in building my brand. I've been consistent for a while, but I still like to plan out my day. Shay doesn't like to do that. This is helpful for you, do it. If it's not helpful for you, let it flow, let it fly, wing it. Do those things, but I know I like to be intentional because I know if I'm not, I'm too scatterbrained to remember in the moment. So that's why I have my stuff planned out for the day. So we're so excited for you. We cannot wait to see all of your stuff. We did a Zoom with our teams on this, and I looked through some of their stories yesterday, and it was like night and day. Yeah. Already, I'm noticing a difference. And so people are going to notice very quickly. So be excited about this. Be passionate about it. Be intentional. Be consistent. And have fun with it. And we're so excited to see all of your brands.
We hope that you got all the tips that you need, and we cannot wait to watch your journey with this. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you for joining us.
Locations.
What a problem to have.
High class problems, baby.
Hey, I love it. You know what? I bet people already got their ticket.
Hey, I told them to take a selfie.
What do you think? Let's see it. All right. So we got the tickets. I'm going to go over some cities here. So those of you that are watching, Nashville. Oh, wait. Cammie just took over the screen. All right, Cammie, go ahead. Show them. Hey, there's Tiffany Pasick.
You know that girl?
She got her ticket.
I love the way she's leading from the front.
Tiffany, what city are you going to? Drop it in the chat right now. All right, I love it. Who else, Cammie?
All right, here we go. Got my conference ticket.
Oh, it's coming. It's loading. It's loading. All right, nonstop.
I'm excited.
What do you think? Show one more. Let's get one more up here. It's an exciting morning.
You know,
got a big day for you.
To work this social.
It's not.
But somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's got to do it. What we got? All right, just got my winter conference ticket. Okay, question.
Woo-hoo!
Have you purchased your winter conference ticket? Here's what I love. It's a twofer. You get 2 for 1. You get the winter conference virtual ticket and the hat and the rally towel and all the stuff, but you also get access, no additional charge, to the Friends and Family Road Rally coming to a city near you. And you know what I'm going to be wearing to that Friends and Family Road Rally?
What will you be wearing, Mike?
Some of them buttery soft leggings if they have them for men by that time. But hey, how about that BV apparel?
Will you please not wear? You know what? I'm going to call Kate, and I'm going to tell her not to order any men's buttery, soft, unsalted, no buttery, anything for you, Mike.
Okay, but you know what? How many people freaked out about the BV apparel confidence?
It was huge. I haven't got to check this, or I have not checked the numbers this morning, but those were limited quantities. So it could be sold out in certain markets already. I mean, that's how big this was yesterday.
Pretty
Awesome. And it was fun to see some of the reels that went out from the leaders that got their hands on that.
Unbelievable. And worship, Nicole Crank,
Oh, yeah.
Faith Church.
Totally. You know what? If you did not already take a picture or post a picture from the worship night last night, number one, it's part of our culture.
Yeah.
You know, we really believe in putting God first. We believe that, you know, when we honor him, you know, we celebrate and take the Sabbath, that he's going to reward us. And we want to be loud about that. We want people to know what we believe here at Work. So definitely put that out there. And Nicole told me every person that tagged her, every single one, she would approve it on her wall if you tag her.
Hey,
She's going to kill me.
You had worship that night. Shout out Cindy, your devotional this morning.
Yeah.
Top notch, pretty awesome.
That was good. And I loved what she talked to us about. She talked to us about climbing. So, well, what about those incredible workshops? They talked to us this morning about building our brand and growing our influence.
Unbelievable. And let's give another shout out to our Gives Back Foundation. I mean, everyone, you were signing up to contribute. And I mean, some of the names you got right there, maybe get some shout outs.
I couldn't even get them all on here. You guys are blowing us away. Remember, it's so simple. $1, $2, and $5 contributions. Gary Gist, congratulations. Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
Sandra Garcia, Ashley Cheney, Tierra Wood, Tara Gregory, and Jessica Addy. Thank you so much for giving back to the foundation. We love that you guys are signing up to contribute each and every month.
You know what? For 20 years, we've been helping people get out of debt. We've been helping people give back. And it's not what we do. It's who we are. And this year's our 20th anniversary. We've been evolving, been reinventing. I mean, really laying the foundation, not for the past 20 years, but for the next 20 years. And part of that is sharing our story. And many of you, a while back, you qualified for our upcoming magazine. We haven't talked about this yet.
The magazine.
Gonna talk about it.
I bet you thought we forgot about the magazine. We did not forget about the magazine. We were actually getting ready to publish it when Phone a Friend came to us. So we believe it was worth the wait so that we could weave in Phone a Friend. And that's what we plan to do because we want it to be the best tool for you.
You know, we want you to hear from Ambassador Diamond, Claire Flores on the magazine. So check this out.
Hey guys, I hope you are having the best time at conference. I know I am. I'm learning so much from these segments. My name is Claire Flores. I've been part of the It Works family for over 6 years, and I started this business as a stay-at-home mom. Let me know in the chat if you're a stay-at-home mom too, who really just wanted a way to bring in a little bit of extra income so that my husband didn't have to work so much overtime. And when I found this business through an Instagram post, I knew that this could quite possibly be the thing that I had been praying for. And when I got started, I was given a magazine, an It Works magazine with story after story of incredible women who had gone before me, who had changed their lives with this opportunity. And as I read each of their stories, something kind of incredible happened in my heart. I went from the beginning of the magazine reading these stories going, wow, you know, I can relate to her, or her story is similar to mine, to seeing what they had accomplished with the business and saying, maybe if they did that, then I could possibly do it too. But by the time I got to the end of the magazine, my attitude and my heart had really shifted to, if they did that, which they did, then I absolutely can too. And that truly was the start of my success in this business, and truly the reason why I put my head down and decided to be successful with this opportunity. So that magazine was a game changer in my business. And I am so excited that we are relaunching an It Works magazine. And one of the most incredible moments of my It Works journey so far has been being able to have the opportunity to be in this magazine, because I know how much it changed my life. And the fact that I get to be one of those stories that will change someone else's life is so powerful to me. But even if your story is not in this magazine yet, what you can use this tool for is showing your potentials and your new distributors stories of women who are similar to them and men who are similar to them, teachers, former coaches, you know, people who have a similar background to them, or maybe people that aren't similar to them at all, but they realize, hey, if that person could do it, I know that I can too. So I am so excited to be able to get this tool into your hands. Make sure that you use it. Don't sleep on this opportunity to share this magazine and share the power of story.
That was good. Thank you, Claire. I loved hearing you talk about seeing the magazine for the first time. It really is a powerful tool. Many of you are going to have FOMO because you won't be in the magazine, but I can promise you it's going to be a tool that you can use as you build your team, for a friend at a time.
Where else they're going to have FOMO?
Where
If you don't purchase your early bird conference ticket to winter conference, and if you want to get on stage by the end of November, you said, right?
by the end of November,
By the end of November, got to
to
complete 4 and a friend just once. And this is what I love. You talked about learning.
Yep.
And we learn really 2 ways, emotionally and through repetition.
Yeah.
And, this event right here, you're going to hear a lot of repetition about how to do the business, but you're also going to have those emotional moments. And that's what I love about events, that, you learn both ways. You're going to hear things over and over and over, but you're also going to experience things that touch you. And we can tell you, this winter conference, we put so much work into this winter conference 2022 that you don't want to miss it. I mean, thousands of people purchased their ticket last night through the evening. It's really cool to see how Europe really responded, in the late night hours. I mean, that was awesome because they're just getting up as we're sleeping. And what we want to do is make sure you understand that when you get a ticket, you're getting 2 for 1. You're going to be able to come to the virtual conference, and then we're coming to you at a road rally in different cities around the US, Canada, and Europe.
I actually woke up this morning and I was a little bit sad because here we are already day 2 of fall conference.
It's true.
But then I thought all of a sudden I got a little overwhelmed with a little bit of joy.
Yep.
You have no idea where this is going.
No idea.
I got a little happy because all of a sudden I went, but you know what? Winter conference will be here before we know it.
Right.
So I got a little happy again. But seriously, you're not going to want to miss that event. It's going to be a game changer. And especially with For and a Friend being so new,
That's right.
Again, you're just going to hear more and more success stories. You're going to hear more ideas on how you can secure your own For and a Friend, help your friends secure their For and a Friend, completing cycle after cycle after cycle.
I love it. Well, we got the game plan for you. $5,000 by December 10th.
Who doesn't want $5,000 before Christmas?
Everybody wants $5,000 before Christmas. It's going to be paid out by December 17th. So you got your game plan from this event all the way through December 10th. We understand you're going to enjoy some Christmas time, and we're going to come back. We're going to jumpstart January like we talked about. And then conference, February 3, 4, and 5 is the live virtual event. Some of you will be here in Florida with us at our studio audience, but you got to get that For and a Friend by the end of November for that. And you got to get your early bird ticket. You're going to get a hat, you're going to get a rally towel, and then we're coming to cities
And you
near
get
you.
us.
You definitely get us. Mark's going to be there. Team's going to be there. David's going to be at the road rallies. It's going to be unbelievable. So this guy back here wants you to get your early bird ticket. And Cammie, that was yesterday. We announced that. We know people are buying their ticket, but we've got another awesome day ahead of us. And to kick us off, Jay Shetty.
We're back with Jay Shetty. I heard from so many of you last night how much you enjoyed him. So It's going to be a really good day. And I can't think of a better way to start off our main stage time.
I love it. Well, hey, #1 New York Times bestseller, chart-topping podcaster, former monk. 40 million people follow him on social media. So, I mean, yesterday they were dropping nuggets with Mark, and today we're excited to have him share a message for our It Works family. So welcome, Jay Shetty.
Hey, It Works family. I am so grateful to be sharing this keynote with you. I loved my Q&A with Mark, and I learned something really important. The questions that Mark asked, the parts of Think Like a Monk that he resonated with and shared with me, showed me the incredible culture at It Works. It's incredible that you're going deep and talking about ego, that you're thinking about confidence, that you're thinking about how to live a truly meaningful life and make an impact. These are not often the questions I get asked or the things I end up talking about, but it shows me how incredible the mindset that It Works truly is. Thanks for welcoming me to the family, and I'm so excited to share today's presentation about branding you, talking about social media, content, and ultimately sharing your story authentically. I want to start off by sharing a story with you about an experience I had when I was about 7 or 8 years old. Now, I was asked to sing and perform a traditional Indian poem at my school. My mother had dressed me in Indian clothing. My mother had trained me in this hymn and this song, even though I had a terrible voice. And she was so excited and enthusiastic about it. And I didn't want to let her down. So at 7 or 8 years old, I walked out into the school assembly in front of all my teachers and the entire school. The crowd immediately started laughing just by seeing what I was wearing. Then I opened my mouth and I started to try to sing this hymn. They laughed even more. Tears started to roll down my eyes. I looked down at the paper because I forgot the words, because I was so nervous, and I couldn't read the words anymore because my tears had smudged the ink. Now, not only was I wearing something they'd never seen, singing something they'd never seen, singing something they'd never seen, I now didn't even have the words, and the crowd was just laughing profusely. To top it all off, my teacher walked onto stage. She put her arm around me and walked me off, and everyone laughed some more. That was my first experience of public speaking. Now, today I travel the world. I've spoken to audiences of 10 to 30,000 people at once. I speak at some of the most incredible organizations and companies in the world. But if you had told me that at that time that this would happen, I would never have believed it. I would never have thought it was possible. Just around 5 years ago, I used to organize events in the city of London called Conscious Living. I would invite anyone that I was working with, anyone online on Eventbrite for people to attend these events. And I would do them every single Friday. They were free, I made no money. It was just because I really wanted to share what I'd learned throughout my time living as a monk. I'd learned so much about mindfulness, about mastery, about time management and energy management, about how to be focused and driven, about how to be truly present and effective and productive. And I wanted to share those insights. And every Friday, I'd be lucky if 5 to 10 people managed to turn up to an event to hear what I had to say. Today, I'm so fortunate that I have an incredible online community. Not only do we have an amazing community on social media, we have my podcast, we have readers of my book, Think Like a Monk, and I know so many of you have read that. Again, if someone told me 5 years ago that this would happen, I wouldn't have believed them. Why am I sharing this with you? I'm sharing this with you because authentically telling your story lies somewhere in between the pains you've experienced and the passion that you have. If you truly want to brand yourself, if you authentically want to express and communicate through social media, you want to find the center between your pain and your passion. What causes you pain in the world? What pains have you experienced in the world? What are the pains that you want to solve and help people with? And then what are you passionate about? What are you passionate about learning and sharing? What are you passionate about giving to others? If you want to find your authentic story, here's a practical piece of advice. I want you to think about one of the most painful moments in your life and what you learned from it. I shared a younger example with you earlier today. And I also want you to focus on what is it, or what is that time that you felt the most passionate, the most excited, the most enthusiastic. That will help you truly align your story. And those stories, when you share them, when you tell them, those are the stories that will help people connect with you and resonate with you. Stories about your pain and stories about your passion. Now, I want to speak about content because I really believe that a story needs to transition and transform into content that people can connect with. That is the key thing about content. It needs to resonate. I've created a 3-step formula to help anyone turn their story into profound, practical, and powerful content, and I'm going to share it with you today. The first step is understanding your genre of content. Now, I read a study that looked at thousands of viral pieces of content, and they realized there were only 5 types of content that went viral. I'll share what they are: adventure, comedy, emotion, inspiration, and surprise. Now, here's the key thing. Content that went viral again and again and again was content that made you feel one of these emotions. They made you feel a sense of adventure. They made you feel like laughing. They resonated with you emotionally. They inspired you, or they made you feel a sense of surprise. When you're creating a piece of content, ask yourself, how is someone going to feel after watching this video? How is someone going to experience it? That's what you want to place emphasis on. Notice how education, information were not there. Because an educational video may not make you feel something. An informational video may not be an experience. So whenever you're creating a piece of content, watch it and ask yourself, how do I feel and how will this make people feel? So choose one of those genres for your content. Mine that I've picked for a long time has been inspiration. The next step is to decide your role in the content. You could be a writer, a director, an actor, a speaker. Your role should be based on your skill set and your strengths. If you're incredible behind the scenes, you don't need to be in front of camera. If you're phenomenal at being the face, you don't need to be the editor. You may in the beginning do all of it, but as time goes on, you want to focus more and more on your strengths. I knew someone once who, whenever he was in a video, the views would drop and the engagement would drop. And whenever he was behind the scenes producing and directing, it would get millions of views. He was so attached to being on camera that he wasn't able to build an effective communication and connection with his audience. Know that your superpower matters. Steven Spielberg's not trying to be an actor, and you don't see some of your favorite actors going off to be directors or producers or writers. Sticking to your strength when it comes to your role is going to make sure that your content really connects with people. And the third and final step is choosing a format. If you really want to increase your influence on social media, it's very important that you have a format that resonates with people. Formats include interviews, vlogs, an adventure piece where you're about to jet ski, or maybe you're skydiving, right? What is the format of the video that people are watching? Is the camera following you around as you live your life? A format gives a repeatable and expected experience for an audience and something that they know they'll feel the same way from. So I want you to pick what's your genre, what's your role, and what's your format. And I promise you, if you keep experimenting with that framework, you'll discover new ideas much quicker than if you keep trying to force yourself into being creative. And the third thing I want to share with you is some key practical tips and tricks around some platforms that I know you all use and platforms that I use as well. Let's start with Instagram. Now, Instagram is a tough platform to grow on as it's become more saturated. But here's the thing, good content always stands out. One of the things you have to think about when you're making content on Instagram is you want to use all aspects of their platform. They have IGTV, they have grid posts that are just pictures, they have their reels, and they have Instagram Live. Individuals and personal brands such as yourself that are using all aspects of the platform are likely to get more engagement and more views. Don't be afraid to experiment with how many pieces of content you put out with IGTV, reels, and grid posts and see what performs the best. It's so important that you measure and look at the data of what's being shared, what's being connected with. On TikTok, I've truly noticed that the more is better. Posting 3 to 4 times a day may seem like a lot, but on a platform like TikTok, it allows you to scale much quicker. Also, tapping into trends that you're seeing flourishing is a great way of incorporating your message in a really subtle and clever way. And then I also want to share with you a quick tip around Facebook. On Facebook, it's all about watch time, and watch time changes. Sometimes it's between the 3 to 4 minute mark. Sometimes it's been at the 10-minute mark. Make sure that you're following channels that are really performing well on any platform and watch the length of their videos. Watch what they do in the first 3 seconds and take those as tools and insights that you can use as well. Overall, the way to grow your audience on social media is by sharing yourself authentically. And what that means is sharing your stories, sharing your experiences, sharing your journeys, all with a way that improves your audience's life. Ultimately, people follow people that improve their life in some way. Do you make people laugh more? Do you make people learn more? Do you make people live more? Do you make people love more? What is it that you're doing that is going to improve their life? It may be food, it may be health, but how are you adding your unique flavor to that experience? And by the way, a lot of us can get quite negative. We see everyone else's views going up. We see everyone else's followers going up and we think, why not me? Why is that not happening to me? And instead of looking at someone and comparing that way around, compare the other way around. Watch them closely and focus and think, what are they doing? Let me reverse engineer that. How did they do that? And here's a key technique. Don't watch what they're doing now. Watch what they did when they were at your stage of the journey. If they're on their year 5 and you're on your year 1, you can't watch what they're doing in year 5. In year 1, I made 1 video a week. Today, we post multiple pieces of content every single day. Don't measure your year 1 in your social media journey with someone else's year 5 or year 10. It will break your confidence and excitement. And instead of reflecting someone's success as your failure, look at their success as your research, right? Usually we see other people winning in their success as our failure, our rejection. But instead of that, look at it as your research, as your learning, as your way of growing. Remember, ultimately, more than anything, it's about developing a relationship with your audience. Whether you have 10 followers, 100, 1,000, a million, reply to people's comments, get to know their names, respond to DMs, answer questions on your platform. The depth of your community is more important than the scale of your community. The depth of your community allows for a conversation. It allows for you to learn from your audience. It allows for you to serve them better. You can have scale without depth, and you can have depth without scale, and both actually feed each other. The more you grow in scale and depth, the more you're able to offer to your community, and the more they're able to offer you back. I really hope that these insights support you in your journey of building your personal brand, of growing your online community. And remember this one piece of advice. You're only one piece of content away from impacting the world. You have no idea what that next video, that next post, that next picture is going to do. So don't stop. It's a law of probability. The more you try, the more likely you are to succeed. If you want to get better at anything, not doing it doesn't make you better. Just thinking about it doesn't make you better. Take action, and start winning. Thank you again, It Works family. Thank you, Mark and Cami, for having me. I'm so grateful we got to spend this time together. I look forward to doing lots more with you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much for watching.
Wow is all I have to say. I'm an official fan of Jay Shetty. I also think he's a good family friend now. And there's just so many pieces of wisdom, so many nuggets there. I loved when he said, people follow people who improve their life in some way. You know, that's you. That's me. We just have to figure out how are we going to improve ourselves again this day, this week, this month. And as you do that, people are going to be influenced by you. He also said you're only one piece of content away from impacting the world. You know, so many of you are putting out content every day, but when you say the right thing at the right time, just know you're going to influence someone in some way. And then as you do it more often, more people are going to be touched by the things you have to put into their lives. So at It Works, we know the power of finding purpose in what we do, and we're blessed to be a blessing to others. You know, I love that we can automatically be a blessing just by taking part in giving to our Gives Back Foundation. We have made it easier than ever to give back with us. You have several options. First, you can sign up in your eSuite and donate $1, $2, or $5 each month. Second, you can choose any amount monthly that you want to donate for your auto ship now. Maybe it's $10, maybe it's $100 a month. You get to choose. Stay tuned because we're going to give you a special opportunity to give back today, and we hope you join us for this important cause. Drop us a comment in the chat if you're already giving back with us. We're so grateful for all that you've done. You know, we know everyone in our It Works family is passionate about different things, so we make sure that we're giving to 6 amazing causes. Your dollars are able to help so many lives, and we want you to know that every dollar counts. For those of you that choose to give just $1 a month, that's $12 a year. That's providing 300 meals to hungry children in need. And if you've spent even one night hungry, you know how big of a deal that is. If you give $5 a month, your $60 can keep the utilities on at home for a parent who's out of work so that they can be by their child's side while they're fighting cancer. If you add $10 to your auto ship, that's $120 a year. That's going to offer a domestic violence survivor shelter and safety. Let's hear more about the Gives Back Foundation and how you can participate from someone who lives and breathes giving back. Let's throw my favorite chief marketing officer, Kinsey Pentecost, in the ring. Come on out here.
Hello, I'm Kinsey Pentecost, and we are so excited to talk to you about Gives Back. And I really want to talk to you guys today about what the Gives Back Foundation has been doing with every dollar that you have given and how we are making an impact around the world. We have been giving to International Crisis Response, and in 2020, when Samaritan's Purse built a field hospital to treat COVID-19, our dollars were a part of that movement to help on the front lines in America and Europe to alleviate the overrun hospitals in their greatest time of need. We've also been helping with veteran support, pediatric cancer support, anti-human trafficking, and the list goes on and on. Most of you know that at It Works, we are dedicated to ending human trafficking, and we are now expanding from Sale of Freedom to the Foundation United. We cannot wait to keep growing how we're fighting against human trafficking. We're also doing a lot with humanitarian aid, and since the beginning of the pandemic, we have provided 2.5 million meals to the children served by Children's Cup, which brings our total meals donated to over 9.7 million. I want to give a few shout outs. I mean, we've got Rachel and Zach Jones, our 2020 Gives Back Award recipient, who built a playground for a care point in Honduras and collected 325 backpacks. And Cheyenne Knox collected 250 backpacks for Honduras with her team. It's incredible to see what we can actually do when we come together. You know, our community, we do so much for support, and we believe making a difference starts in our local communities. This year, in honor of Juneteenth, we partnered with the TD Jakes Foundation to build bridges in our community. Our It Works family joined hands, and our dollars went to work to provide skills training and education to lift underserved communities out of poverty and create a more diverse and inclusive workforce. One of my favorite topics is domestic violence, not favorite, but how we're going to get in there and fight against it together. And really, there were so many impacts because of COVID that really created what some are calling a shadow pandemic. There was job loss, financial strains, and confined living conditions have really increased violence of all kinds against women and girls worldwide over the past year and a half. And today, 1 in 3 women experience intimate relationship violence in their lifetime. The It Works Gives Back Foundation has been a part of this fight for years, and now more than ever, we must raise awareness and support for this cause to end the violence against women and girls. And so I am so honored to sit next to Miss Mira Denning today. And really, you are such a champion for this cause. And so thank you for your passion. And Mira, I just want to start with, tell us who you are, who is Mira, and what is your story?
Absolutely. Hi, everyone. So I am an ambassador Diamond, and I've been in the company about 7 years. When I joined in 2015, I really joined, like a lot of people, for extra income. We were drowning in debt and things were really tough. Even though I had a good corporate job, like a lot of people, we got stretched too thin. What people didn't know until I started sharing this about a year ago is that I was also in an 8-year relationship that had physical and emotional abuse. And my ex-husband at the time was chasing all sorts of demons. And I really saw it works as potentially helping us get past the financial side. What I didn't anticipate is how much it would impact me as a person, and really end up saving my life. And so, believe it or not, I went to Double Diamond in 12 months in that situation. And it took me 2 years, Kinsey, to get strong enough to get out. But It Works gave me so many tools that I was lacking. I had hope again. I went to a lot of events, and it kind of took me out of that gaslighting environment that so many survivors experience. I really saw that I could earn income to pay for the lawyer, to pay for the little things I needed to get my son and myself out. My son was about 3 years old when I left. And then finally, I had friends again, because one of the most common things that happens is that the abuser does isolate you from loved ones. And this has been going on years. So it took me 2 more years, but because of It Works, I honestly say that It Works saved my life. And I really literally mean that. I was in a very physically dangerous situation. And so I'm just so grateful. Now I've obviously been out 4 years and I'm able to pay it forward in so many ways.
Mira, we're so proud of you at It Works. And really, there's survivors, and then there's ones that decide they want to speak and become public. And I just know so many others watching, women, are going to watch this and decide, that they want to change their circumstances because of your bravery. And so thank you for just speaking to this and what you've been through. And no one better than you to have decided to start their own organization. So you have actually started your own organization. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. So my new organization's called Stronger Than Silence. And basically what happened to me is when I started sharing my story more in the last year or two, I would have a flood of messages, Kinsey, from people that were survivors that kind of shared, support of what I was sharing, but then also people that were currently being abused, looking for help and guidance. And I just realized that there's such a public silence around this issue. If you go on social media, if you go on mainstream media, it's almost never talked about. And so I had an aha moment when I observed that in connection with one of our principles at Works, which is that stories sell and facts fade. And I realized that if we could start sharing stories, not just of abuse, but also of women that have come through, who have survived and thrived, we could start getting rid of that silence. I say shatter the silence, and give hope to the women that are watching that may then leave their situation earlier or may not ever even accept that situation. And so at Stronger Than Silence, we're basically sharing stories on social media, online, and hopefully attacking this issue at the front end so it stops happening at the front end and not just helping people at the back end get out of their situation.
I love that. And I love that you have a place where people can follow and get to know you, your story, but also how to tangibly give back. And so I think that's awesome. So today, Mira, we want to give you an award. And it's with great honor and privilege that It Works is allowing me to give this to you.
Thank you.
But we just want to say we're proud of you for being a light and an example, and getting in there and starting with yourself of how you can give back and save a lot of other women. And I know there's also men, but going through domestic violence. So
thank you so much. This is such an honor. And I just, for this to be such an important cause at Works, it's truly, I feel like it's full circle, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, also, Mira, we'd like to give Stronger Than Silence a check for $2,500.
That's amazing.
And we'd love to give this to you to be able to give back more. And so you get an award, but you also get a check.
Thank you.
A big check.
Thank you.
Yes. So thank you for your courage. And, I think for a lot of people, their misconception is that why don't they just get out?
Yeah.
And so I know right now we're starting a campaign.
Yep.
And we are going to have a QR code up. But we are excited because we want to join you in giving to domestic violence. And so it's called 50 to Freedom.
Yep.
Let's talk about if you wanted to leave, why wouldn't you leave? I mean, a big thing is finances. So what is this 50 to Freedom?
Yeah, so 50 to Freedom is something that I started actually through It Works originally at events. And basically it's a way that you can give $5, $25, $100, and we pool all the money and we create as many $50 gift cards as we can to usually Walmart or Target. And then we work with partners, shelter organizations or other service organizations, and they give it to the women that are transitioning. And it can go from anything from diapers to backpacks for kids' schools to maybe a pair of shoes for a job interview. And it's just something that's very hard for a lot of these service organizations to get funding for, these small little needs that women have. They're not small, but these important needs that women have as they're transitioning. So we're going to be raising as much as we can in the coming weeks to get the $50 gift cards out in women's hands.
So for the rest of this night, and I believe until midnight, we're going to be giving to domestic violence in honor of this year's It Works Gives Back Award recipient, Miss Mira Denning. And so, $50, you guys, is nothing. It's not, I mean, you and your boyfriend or partner or family go out to dinner, you're going to spend that or way more. And so I think if everybody just gives something, we're going to change a lot of lives. And so thank you for winning this year so we could give back and save a lot of lives together.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm so grateful for you guys.
Thank you, Mira. So guys, now you've heard some of the ways It Works Gives Back Foundation has been making a difference. And really that's because of you. So make sure if you don't already know or don't already give to the It Works Gives Back Foundation to go into your eSuite and check the $1, $2, or $5 to give that out of your check each month. I promise you, you won't miss it. We're very excited about all we're doing with Gives Back. Thank you, Mira. Thank you, everyone.
Gosh, that's tough stuff. That's tough stuff, and we can all make a big impact. Make sure you register for the 1, the 2, or the 5. Mira, I am so proud of you. I mean, that award, you deserve that. And I guarantee that when you started with It Works, you didn't have this deep dream, deep down inside to start a foundation. And yet look where you are now. You're able to turn your test into a testimony, right? Inspire others. And I've been hearing about so many women coming forward and sharing their stories since you launched this foundation. So I'm proud of you. Look what happens when you get involved. You allow yourself to evolve. You keep showing up at these events. And through the process, you start dreaming bigger and bigger.
Right. So true, Cammie. I mean, I think about most of us, we start with a small goal to make a little extra money a month. But it's amazing what you can do when you keep making new friends and helping your friends win.
Listen, every time I get with the field right now, I hear two things. The leaders are like, oh my gosh, I can win again. They're so excited. But more importantly, they're excited because they can help their new people win and they can start winning right away. And my belief is everything. And I'm just hearing them all dripping with belief.
No doubt about that. When I think about it, we just got to keep things simple.
Yeah.
If you keep things simple, your business can grow. 4 and a friend, and then you help your friend get 4 and a friend, and then you do it again. Right? We know how much fun it is to really do this business with a buddy. It really is that simple.
You know what, Mike? I can just hear some people on the other side of that screen right now. They're like, but Mike, Cammie, I've literally talked to every friend I have. I doubt it. I really doubt that you have. And, sometimes people say no, but what they really mean is not now. So keep them on your list. But that's what I love about this business is when you think you've worked through your friends, you got to go out and make new friends.
No doubt about that. And we know it has to be a phased approach. You see, we started with 4 and a friend.
Yes.
But now we've got the $149 Business Builder Kit. Now, you think about this. Previously,
right,
when you got your Business Builder Kit, there was an upsell. But only about 20 to 30% of the people took advantage of that. And that meant you only got BV on 20 to 30% of the people. We talk about increasing BV. Now the 149 BBK, 100% of the people are getting BV because 100% of the people purchased that kit.
I like that. I like that a lot. And we told you this kit. We've heard you. This kit is going to go to a whole nother level. Now, best part is there won't be a price increase, and you're gonna get to keep the BV. So that's awesome. Now, Europe, you're gonna see it first. This is gonna roll out in Europe first, and their kit's gonna be very different. But you all are gonna get a sneak peek when you are with David Vanderveen next week in Paris. You're gonna get to see the new BBK, and yours should start soon.
Do we get to see anything today? What's coming in the future?
We do, Mike, because U.S., Australia, Canada. Ours is coming. It won't be here yet, and we're targeting the first of the year. But are you ready to see what this is going to look like?
I think you got to show them, Cammie, because the beauty of this business is that you don't have to wait for your kit to get started, right? The actual things that arrive to you, those are extra. See, when you get it, it's perfect to share on social. It's a great follow-up opportunity. But you got to remember this. This is super important no matter where you're at in the world. The moment you enroll in It Works, that is the moment that your 30-day clock starts for Four and a Friend.
Yep. So take advantage of that right away. You've got coffees. You got coffee, you got gummies, and you got Thermophyte X. So you don't need to do anything to get people to say yes, because the products are going to, they're going to say yes just because of the products alone. So don't wait for your kit to get started. Help your new person go to their eSuite, print off their Four and a Friend worksheet, and get started. But do you want to see what's coming?
Go show them.
Okay.
Go show them.
Why would you wait when you can get paid right now? And so don't wait for this, but I'm excited about what's coming, Mike. We've got this Boss Fuel, shake up all our greens, reds. We've got this clear coffee mug, wake up, make money, repeat. Love it. Very social. And people can't really see this, Mike, but there is a beautiful logo right on the front of this box.
Oh, I like that.
This is going to be a whole nother level. And
that's awesome.
What I see is you're not going to even have to say call to action, put it on social. I mean, people are going to be so excited and proud.
Yep, they're going to know.
Yeah, they're going to be so excited and proud with the business that they just started that they're going to want to get social with that right away. So
I love it. So remember, US, Canada, Australia.
Oh, yeah.
That's just a sneak peek what's coming at the new year, right? But you heard us say it, 149 US. And right now is what you have for your kit with that BV. There won't be a price increase when this starts shipping first of the year. But this, an envelope.
This starts right now, Mike.
Right now.
This envelope, again, it's a beautiful white box. It has our logo on it. Again, super classy. And this will start pretty quick.
Pretty quick. And remember, your first 30 days for your Four and a Friend, it starts the moment that you join. Not when you get that box once it starts shipping at the beginning of the year. Not when you get this envelope in the mail. Don't wait for anything. Cammie, they shouldn't wait for anything.
No.
Because I think it's time to show them the money.
Well, why? Why, Mike, would they wait when we can start showing them how to make the money right now?
Show me the money. I took a long overflow, but still got a money! Jerry, does that make you feel good just to say that? Say it with me one time, Jerry. Show you the money. Oh, no, you can do better than that, Jerry. I want you to say it with meaning, brother. Hey, I got Bob Sugar on the other line. I better hear you say it. Yeah, no. Show you the money. That's not so good. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah. Just got louder. Show me the money. I need to feel you, Jerry. Show me the money. Jerry, you better yell. Show me the money. Show me the money.
All right. So we showed you the money, right? So have a little fun.
Mike, Kyler's face. He's like, what is happening in this building right now?
Hey, you know what? We showed him the money. Maybe that's what you need to do. Get a little creative. Have some fun. Hey, maybe duet us on TikTok or Reels or whatever. Do your own to that audio. I mean, it's fun.
We can teach a world right now how we can show them the money because of this FSB bonus.
FSB. I love it. Okay, Cammie. Let's show them how to make the money, because our next segment is about making money moves and helping us win in the loyal customer conversation. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jenny Thumure. I'm a presidential diamond, and I have been in this business for over 7 years now. When I started, I was an overworked, busy new mom in a high-pressure corporate job that was just looking for something for me. I honestly was just looking to join a community, and I saw that this was a community of strong women, and so I wanted to jump right in. But what I got from this was so much more. I've now been able to come home to my kids. I've been able to add a third son to our family. I've been able to contribute to paying off so much debt. I've been the mom that's there for school drop-off and school pickup, and been able to send our kids to private school and do the things that I always wanted to do that I never was able to do in a corporate job. This business has just changed our lives so much, and it's been such a blessing to us. And I am just so grateful for all the things that have happened and all the things that are coming for our team. And so I want to share with you some tips. So one of the tips I've been doing, I know a lot of you are doing host to post. So I view my host to post, everyone who posts for me, everyone who comments, every person that I'm adding to my network, they're leads. So they are leads. I'm not viewing them as just customers. I'm viewing them as leads. And so I'm asking every single person if they are interested in this business opportunity or if they've ever wanted to make some extra income. So I have been able to sign a lot of distributors just from asking people who are posting for me and people who've commented, who are interested in the products. I'm asking them if they also want to make some extra income while they're using the products. Another thing that I've been doing is with my TikTok. I've been making TikTok videos talking about our products. And so I'll talk about the Slimming Gummies in my video and have people comment, and I've been able to sign a lot of customers from that. So if you are doing TikTok, or maybe you haven't even started yet, or doing Reels, make sure you're also talking about the products, and you're going to be able to sign some customers from that.
Hallo ihr Lieben, ich grüße euch und ich freue mich wahnsinnig für euch dieses Video aufnehmen zu dürfen. Ich bin gerade im Urlaub und ja, wer bin ich? Ich bin die Isabel Rönnecke. Ich bin noch Triple Diamond wieder in Deutschland, aber wenn sich in wenigen Tagen die eSuite aktualisiert, bin ich definitiv Presidential Diamond aus Deutschland und ich freue mich wahnsinnig, euch zu sagen, wie ich diesen Weg gegangen bin. Seit 2017 gehe ich diesen Weg. Und das Allerwichtigste, werde das Produkt vom Produkt. Verlieb dich in die Produkte, schreibe deine eigene Wohlfühlgeschichte. Wir sind nicht einfach nur Verkäufer, wir verkaufen nicht einfach nur für Produkte. Wir verkaufen Lösungen, wir verkaufen ein Wohlfühlgefühl. Wir verkaufen Emotionen. Ich habe mich in die Produkte verliebt. Dank It Works habe ich mich in mich verliebt, in mein Leben. Und jeden Tag möchte ich sichtbar sein. Jeden Tag ist es meine Mission, sichtbar zu werden. Meine Mission, anderen zu zeigen, wie ich den Weg gegangen bin, was ich getan habe, damit ich dieses Leben lebe, was ich jetzt lebe. Ich bin die Lösung für jeden Einzelnen auf dieser Welt. Und mein Ziel ist es, diesen Lösungsweg jeden Tag aus unterschiedlichen Perspektiven zu zeigen. Du kannst Text machen, du kannst TikTok machen, du kannst WhatsApp-Partys machen, du kannst jeden Tag live gehen, du kannst Videos machen, du kannst Partys machen, WhatsApp-Partys. Egal wie, werde sichtbar und zeige Menschen, dass du da bist, um ihnen zu helfen, dahin zu kommen, wo sie hin möchten. Du kannst Menschen helfen, sich wieder wohlzufühlen. Du kannst Menschen dabei helfen, sich ein Business aufzubauen. Zeig den Menschen, dass du deren Lösung bist. Und das ist das, was ich jeden Tag mache. Jeden Tag stehe ich auf und freue mich, Menschen zu helfen. Und das ist meine Mission. Also ihr Lieben, ich grüße euch ganz lieb von Deutschland und bis bald, eure Isabel.
Hey y'all, I'm Alden Swindle. I have been in business for 2.5 years. I'm a triple diamond leader with the business. I started fresh out of college. I didn't have a job yet. I'm a teacher. I graduated in January, so it's just a crazy time of the year. And I'll be honest, I didn't take off in my business for about a year. I wasn't serious about it. I didn't catch the vision quickly. But once I did, it was during COVID and our school had been closed. And so that's what really boosted my business, was just being at home and just working and just reaching out to people during that crazy time of year where they were all at home too. And what boosted my business so much was host to post. And I know everybody says that, but I have consistently signed 30 to 60 customers every single month for a solid year now. And I just feel like that is crazy to say, but it was kind of just a decision that I made. It's just a mindset that I have taken on. It's like, I'm going to sign my customers. And since the loyal customer bonus started in May, I have not missed a single week of earning that. I do it through host to post. I do it through following up. A big thing for me is I have people come to me because they know that I'm still posting. Like I have a lot of people who say, oh, I saw that you were posting about those and the girl that I used to talk to, she's not doing it anymore. So I just wanted to come to you. And so I just feel like that's the biggest thing is you just have to be confident in yourself and know that our products are amazing and like that you're going to see results from them and that people are going to love what you have to offer to them. And people are not just buying these products, they're buying you. They want to know who you are, why you love this company, what it's done for you. So that is the biggest thing that I can tell you is just to jump in and it's going to change your life.
Hey y'all, my name is Stacey Hansen. I'm a triple diamond from Prosper, Texas, and I am so grateful for this business and for the opportunity to share with y'all. I joined last year in February of 2020. I had watched my enroller for far too long, and I finally decided that if she can do it, I can do it. So there I went. I started blazing a trail, and I've absolutely loved every minute of it. I am currently a triple diamond, and I'm so grateful for this business because it has allowed us to pay off a lot of debts that we had. It's given us more flexibility. I'm able to be a yes mom. We're able to give more, save more, and just do more as a family and enjoy life more. It's given us the freedom that we always dreamed of. It's caused me to grow in ways I never even knew I needed to grow. Today, I wanted to share with you about being consistent in your business and how that will help you sign loyal customers. Every day, you have to get up and work your business. Being consistent is the number one thing to me to be successful in this business. Consistency breeds more consistency. That means we are doing our 6 list every day. We are posting, we are showing our business doors are open. And then we are doing our post to post. We are getting into as many networks as possible. And we are doing this every day. I know a lot of people take a Sabbath. I do as well. And that's completely normal. But making sure that you're working your business every single day, because what you put into it is what you will get out of it. Consistency is the key that will unlock your success in this business.
Hi, I am Sam Bowers and I am a Presidential Diamond out of Pennsylvania, and I am so excited to share my tips with you guys right here, right now. I have been in this business for 6.5 years, and it is something that has completely transformed my life. Being very introverted, very shy, and from a small town, I did not think that this was something that I was going to be able to be successful with. I dropped out of college twice. I got pregnant with my son when I was only dating my husband for 2 months, and we just kept building debt and piling up loans and all of these things that we were unable to pay for, and I knew that we needed a way out. Doing something like social media marketing was something that I always thought I wasn't going to be very good at, so I kept telling people no thank you when they kept popping up in my inbox. But the best part about my enroller is she followed up with me for an entire year, making sure that she would check back in from time to time. And when it was that time for me, my right time to join this business, she was right there and ready to accept me with loving arms. So I know how important it is to make sure that you're following up with people on a consistent basis. I feel like oftentimes we get frustrated in thinking that the first time you talk to somebody is that time that they are going to sign. And we often forget how long it took for us to sign up ourselves. For me, like I said, an entire year of that one person checking in on me. So I make sure that I'm very diligent about writing down the names of people that I talk to every single day. That way I'm able to go back through my planner and check off their names to make sure that I've checked back in with them again. I want to be that person that comes into their mind when they're thinking about making more money or reaching their goals, whatever it may be, because I'm that person who makes sure that I stay overly present when it comes to being in their inbox. Obviously not too present, but just enough, because you never know what one follow-up is going to be that one that seals the deal for somebody and changes their entire life. So make sure that you're consistent, make sure that you keep your list running, and make sure that you're checking back in with people, because you want to be that person who is there when they're finally ready to make that change.
goodness, what an incredible conference this has been so far. We have been taking so many notes and applying all the tools that we have already learned into our business. So we are so excited and honored just to give you guys even more things that are going to boost your business and just take that customer care to a whole nother level. So before we do so, we're going to introduce ourselves. My name's Amanda Busher, and I'm an Ambassador Diamond from Arizona. I've been with our company for 7 years. And when I started this business, I dreamed of freedom of time and financial freedom. And our two sweet little boys, we just wanted more time with them. And so because of this business, we now get to wake up and design our days. We get to travel around the world, and we get to be present the way we love to be. And there's one of my favorite quotes. It says, two most important times in a person's life is one, the day they were born, and two, the day they found their purpose. And because of It Works, I can truly say that It Works, our company, has shown me what my purpose is, and that's to serve and to give more than I've ever been able to do, and use our company as that vehicle to do so. So I am so excited for you guys to get to know these three incredible women up here and hear stories and hear exactly what this business has done for them. So Jennifer, go ahead and share a little bit about yourself.
Hey guys, first of all, it is such an honor to be here with you guys today. My name is Jennifer Weatherly. I'm a presidential diamond from Arizona, and I've been in this company for 4 years now. Prior to It Works, I was a stay-at-home mom. I have 2 boys. We were living off a single income, and we just found out our youngest son had special needs. That's when this business opportunity presented itself to me through a post on social media, and it was the answer to my prayers. However, I did join super skeptical. I had a lot of doubts and fears, but I had so much help every step of the way. And today our lives look so much different. Not only do I get to be the yes mom I always wanted to be, but I have truly found my purpose in life, and I regained my confidence back. Now my family gets to live a life that they deserve, and I get to show others how to do the same. It's truly been so incredible.
Jennifer, I know you just inspire me every single day, and I know so many. I just love your story so much. Savannah, let's hear a little bit about you, friend.
Hey everyone, I am Savannah Polk. I'm a presidential diamond from Wisconsin, and I have been with It Works for 4 years now. And over the last few years, I've just been able to transform my life in ways I never even imagined being able to. I was able to go from being a broke college kid to struggling in every aspect of my life. I had no free time. I definitely didn't have any extra money. And I was just honestly really lost in my life, and I was just looking for some type of a direction. And that's when It Works found me. And ever since then, I've just been able to create and now live a life that I used to only dream of, full of freedom and adventure and just endless opportunities. And honestly, I am just so honored and excited to be here with you all today.
I love that. And I know so many can relate to your story, Savannah, and you're just paving that way. It's so beautiful. All right, Evelyn, let's hear a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everyone. So I am Evelyn. I'm a presidential diamond out in Arizona, and I found this business 3 years ago because I was working literally 80 hours a week, and I just had a ridiculous amount of debt. I remember going to work at 8 a.m., getting off at midnight, and just being so tired. So one of those nights, I saw someone, posting online about the opportunity. I jumped in and everything looks so different. I can work my business from the couch with my family. I don't have to miss out on everything anymore. So I'm just excited and so grateful to be here today.
You are so amazing, Evelyn. I have loved to get to know you over the last couple months. So you guys, I think I can speak for all of us as I say that we are truly excited for this panel and everything that we're going to bring to you guys today. We are going to talk to you guys about customer conversation, the value behind it, making it personal, and just having it flow in a way that is easy and just, so that it's a fail-proof where you're going to have people come in and just not only order from you and have more customers come into your business, but also the retention, having long customers stay with you and loving the products. And so we are actually going to give you guys an actual conversation, and you guys should all actually have a cheat sheet that we designed with our personal script. So you guys can take exactly what we say and you guys can plug that into your boards and you guys can utilize that for your business. So we're going to give you a conversation. We're going to role play. It's going to be really fun. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give you tips with each section of our conversation so that you can start applying that today. So Jennifer and I are going to start. We're going to take the first half of the conversation, and our basis of this is coming from a host to post. And the product that we're going to be talking about is the Skinny Coffee. Okay, so Jennifer just came from a host to post. She just accepted my friend request. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately message her. I want to get in that inbox and have that personal conversation with her in her messenger, okay, or through Instagram, whatever, however you can make that personal. I never want to have that conversation on a post that we just did or on that host to post. I want to make it so personal for that customer. So I'm going to message Jennifer and just simply say, hey, Jennifer, thank you so much for your interest of the Skinny Coffee. I am so excited to give you more information. And then I'm going to give her the dialogue of what the coffee does. I'm also going to throw in there the chocolate greens because the Skinny Coffee and chocolate greens just go so hand in hand together, and it's part of the pick 2, pick 3. So I'm going to give her that information, and our actual dialogue and our scripts are right in that cheat sheet. At the very end of that conversation, I'm going to say, hey, Jennifer, how much weight are you wanting to lose? And what are some of your goals that you have?
And typically a customer with these products, they're looking for more energy, more focus, but they're also looking for weight loss or weight management at a price that's affordable, that's not going to break their bank, at the same time while using a healthy product.
Absolutely. And so now what I really want this next section to, look like is me reassuring Jennifer that these products are going to be so amazing for her, that they're going to bring value to her. So I'm going to say, absolutely, Jennifer, I truly believe that these 2 products are going to be so amazing for you. They're going to help you lose that weight that you're wanting to have, help you have that energy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you my discount pricing, and in return, just a simple testimonial. Is that something that you can do? How does that sound? And I'm going to ask her that question.
And usually people are so excited at this point. They're ready to get on board, but there comes that question that everybody wants to know. What is the price? How much is this going to cost me?
Absolutely. So that's going to be our next question. We're going to talk about the pricing, and we're going to give her the pick 2, pick 3 pricing. What I love to do is I love to give her the retail price of it, and then I love to show her what the discount pricing is, because that's a huge difference. And then I explain the 3 months, the $50 membership fee is waived, and I ask again, how does that sound, Jennifer? So Jennifer is going to say, yep, that sounds great. And so then what we're going to do is now Evelyn and Savannah are going to take the second half of the conversation all the way to the closing and getting that customer in that conversation. Go ahead, Evelyn.
Yeah, so a lot of times at this point in the conversation, it doesn't go as perfectly as we anticipated, right? And we can start to hear a lot of objections from our potential customers following the price. And so, Evelyn, as the potential customer, if I were to respond to you with something like, I can't afford it right now, that we so commonly hear, how would you suggest responding to something like that?
That is such a great question. So we get that all the time. The first thing that I do is I ask, okay, that's not a problem at all. When do you get paid, right? Because I'm actually going to go ahead and schedule a follow-up. They're going to say Friday. So I'm going to go ahead and list them for Friday, and I'll reach out to them on Friday. But the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm actually going to ask them to do a host to post right now, because they might not be able to buy today, but that doesn't mean that their friends can't buy today. So that would be my goal, is to get someone to buy today. So I'm just going to keep it going.
That's so good. So ideally, if the conversation went as we wanted it to and as we planned, and as the potential customer, I responded with something positive like, that sounds great, then what comes next?
So if it's anything positive, that sounds great, or, oh, wow, I can't wait to try it, anything like that, you are going to go ahead and assume the sale. So what that means is you're going to ask them to go ahead and get started. Great, I can actually place your order right now. Does that work for you? Or that's fantastic. I'm so excited to see your results. I can get you started. I just need X, Y, Z, and we'll place your order. Does that work for you? One of the biggest things is making sure that you end in a question. That way they know that they are buying right now.
Absolutely. So once I send you my information as the potential customer, then what comes next after that?
So I have all of your information. I'm about to place your order. Right now, I want to make sure that you get the absolute best results. So I'm going to go ahead and do an upsell or an upgrade, and I'm normally going to go ahead and upgrade for the fat fighters. If you look at your little cheat sheet, you'll see that it's only $29. Most people are going to say yes, and the results are going to be even better.
I love that so much. So just notice a few things, you guys. I want to point these out. So the conversation just flows. But what I love it after each section is that we ask a question so that the potential is always going to respond. And we don't say like a yes or no question, but really like, sometimes it's like, what goals do you have? How does that sound? And a lot of times they will come back with specific questions. And any time that something is out of that script that we just said, what I absolutely love to do is I love to use the voice system that we have. And so I'll just voice them certain things so that they can hear that there's an actual person on that other side, that you actually, are real and it's not just a scripted form. And so the dialogue that we gave you guys, it just works so great for us. And we are all, Jennifer and I are on the same team, but Evelyn and Savannah are on, different teams. But the thing is, what I loved about this as we came together, we do things so similar and we get amazing customers every single month consistently. But what I absolutely love is that we also keep them long term. And so we're going to give you guys tips of and kind of break down that conversation that we just had. And so one, you want it to be super simple and easy, straight to the point when you are talking to that potential customer. Number two, you want to ask questions after each section so that the conversation continues to go. And number three, you want it to get so personal for that potential customer so that they do feel that these products will bring value, that they do feel that they are heard, and that they feel confident in making that right decision to use these products to help them with their health and wellness. So now what we're going to do is we're going to give tips. So I'm going to have Savannah, you go ahead and, in the conversation, it's not just so, cookie cutter like we just kind of presented. Sometimes there are certain things that come about. So can you give us your best tips on when you're in that customer conversation, what are some things that we can take back to our own business?
Yeah, so when it comes to tips for conversating with the potential, my biggest motto that I preach and just can't stress enough is just to keep it simple. So often when we're in the conversation and we're talking to a potential, we just feel the need to overcomplicate it with bombarding them with unnecessary information or asking them millions of questions, and there's just no need for it. A confused mind says no. And so keeping it simple and just following the bare bones of this structured conversation that we just laid out for you guys, that is going to be absolutely key, and just keeping it simple and serving your customer the best way possible. And next, one of the main things that I really like to focus on when I'm talking to a potential is how can I keep the conversation flowing and how can I keep them responding to me and keep them engaged so we can get to the end of the conversation where it's time to actually close that sale and make that sale. And so how I accomplish that is throughout the conversation, I just end every single phrase with some type of a simple question. Something like, how does that sound? Is that something you'd be interested in? Or even, do you have any questions for me? Sprinkling simple questions throughout the conversation like that is going to make them feel the need to respond to you so you can keep the conversation flowing to get to that end point versus it coming to a halt and never getting to the point to be able to close that sale. And lastly, we know that our products are amazing, right? And they give amazing results. And we know that our potentials are only interested seeking those results. That's why they're interested in the first place. So during that conversation, I simply like to send a before and after picture so they can see what types of results they can expect from using that product. Especially if they're your own personal results, that is going to be a game changer because it's going to build instant trust between you and the potential. And it's also going to give them confidence in using that product before they can even get started with it. So overall, just keeping it simple, do not overcomplicate the conversation, follow the layout that we just laid out for you guys. Make sure they are asking questions throughout the conversation to keep them engaged and responding to you. And lastly, setting that before and after to get them excited and really seal that deal.
Gosh, I love that so much. And, I think that it's so important, like you said, those before and after pictures and just showing them how their products work. And the way you can also do this, you guys, is being consistent with your posting, being consistent, showing them that you're using the product, showing them the actual results. You can do this through your posts. You can do this through stories. And so, because here's the thing, when you're in a conversation with a customer, they're going to want to research. Sometimes they're going to go to your Facebook, they're going to go to your Instagram and say, see, like, are these products legit? They're going to, check out your stories. And if you are using the products, they're more, going to be inclined to say, you know what, okay, these are real. Like, she is obviously very passionate about these, so I'm going to give them a try. So thank you so much. All right, Jen. So I know, and I think that we all know that you have just some of the most incredible systems. They're so simple. And one of your, my favorite systems that you have is your follow-up system, because it helps you get so many customers and distributors every single month. So can you kind of show us your follow-up system and how that looks and why it's so important to follow up with our potentials?
Absolutely. I am so excited to share this with you because this has been an absolute game changer for not only my business, but my enrollment. So one thing that I like to do is be super organized, so that way I have follow-ups every single day. I don't want to have a follow-up once a week, a couple of times a month. I legit want to follow up every single day. And so I just have this system that works for me. I just have 3-ring binder, nothing crazy. And then inside, I do this every month. I just have a bunch of loosely lined paper. And then for each day, I have 2 sheets of paper, one for my potential host or posters and one for my potential customers. So I label it so I can tell the difference. But my first sheet, I just have host to post, and then my second sheet, potential loyal customers. And then I automatically label or list it 1 through whatever each day, because I want to have a goal of 10 host to post minimum. So in order to do that, I want to keep track by writing their names down. So anytime I'm talking to somebody, I'm asking them to share a post for me, I'm immediately writing their name down as soon as they tell me yes. And then what I like to do to take it a next step further is I'll go to their page to actually see if they put that post up for me. If they do, you'll see some of the names have stars next to them. Those are the people that actually follow through and put the post up for me. So I can physically see how many I have up each day. And then the next day, like I said, I like to follow up. So anybody who doesn't have a star next to their name, I'm going to their page just to double check. Maybe they put it up in the evening or something, but if they forgot to, I'm just simply going to message them to remind them, hey, would you mind putting that post up for me so I can get you into my cash giveaway? 90% of the time, they just simply forgot, life got in the way, they got busy, we're all humans, and they'll just put it up for me the following day. So these people who forgot to do it for me today, more than likely they're going to do it for me tomorrow. And then I do the same thing for my potential customers. Anytime I'm talking to anybody about any of our products, once we get to that pricing point that we kind of talked about earlier, I'm going to write their name down so I can see who I talked to, but then I also put the product that they were interested in so I can clearly see, okay, I'm going to follow up with Jasmine. She was interested in gummies. I'm going to follow up with Dawn. She was interested in the coffee. So anytime somebody actually signs up on the spot, I just cross them off. I highlight them so I can see, okay, I got 2 customers today. That's awesome. But all these people were interested, but they just weren't ready to order yet. So just like I follow up with my host of posters, I'm going to be following up with my potential customers. I'm going to be messaging them the following day, just a simple short message, hey, so-and-so, I'm getting ready to put some orders in. Would you like me to get yours in while I'm at it? They can tell me yes, and I'll get them signed up, or they'll tell me not right now. And then guess what? Now I just have a follow-up at a later date. So I'm following up immediately the next day. Then I'm also making sure to follow up every Friday. So I'm writing things down when it comes to potentials. But then one last thing is I also like to keep track of my actual enrollments. So just like I list my potentials on a sheet of paper, at the beginning of every single month, I am listing how many customers I want and how many distributors I want at the top. That way I can easily see how many people I signed each month, and I can reference them when we have promotions going on. So my tip to you guys, if you're not doing this, I highly recommend to start writing things down, because you're going to notice how organized you are, number 1. But number 2, you're going to realize how many people were falling through the cracks that you weren't following up with just simply by not writing their name down. So if you're not doing that, start doing it today, and you're going to see a shift in your business, but also a shift in your enrollments.
Wow. Oh my goodness. I love that. You are literally the system queen. So you guys, the fortune is always in the follow-up, and statistics show that it takes about 7 to 12 follow-ups for somebody to actually order or join your team. And so, keeping it a simple system is so amazing, and it's going to be helpful for you. But then also your potentials, just know that, wow, you know what? Jennifer is really, I'm important to her. She's really, I'm on her eye. And so that is so amazing for our potential customers to know. And so sometimes I know it can be difficult because sometimes we think, oh, I don't want to bother them, or I don't want to, I don't want them to come off like too pushy. But here's the thing, you will never come off pushy when you are caring. And it is, it just shows them that you really do want to help them with their health and wellness. And so one of my tips for that is to put that mechanical hat on. It's just one of the tasks that we do, and it's going to help you grow so much, but it's also going to show your potential customers that you truly, truly care. So, all right, Evelyn, so I know that you are so amazing at getting customers, but you are also really, really good at keeping them as life customers, and we're even turning them into distributors. So kind of give us some of your tips on how you, after you get them into the system, how do you take care of them?
So great question. I believe that we don't want to just keep customers just for 3 months. We want to keep them for 6 months, a year, even longer, right? That's really when we're looking at the residual income. So I actually keep a list of my customers as well. And then I message them on the first of every month. And I say, hey, how are you doing with your products? Are you absolutely loving them, right? And then I make sure that if there's anything that they want to change, anything at all, I take care of them, right? I'm not just the girl that signed them up. I am Evelyn, their distributor, and they know that they have a relationship with me, and that I am going to support them through their goals. The other thing that I do is I make sure that they're very aware of when exactly their auto ship is going to come through, so that I can walk them through that process, and just making sure that they know how much I appreciate them being a customer of mine and what exactly that means. They are supporting me and my family. So I just make sure that they feel really, really appreciated.
I love that so much. And I think that that's so important. It's important to start that conversation with the customer and letting them know that these products can bring value to them, but also that you care for them. And then all the way up until they're in that system, and letting them know that they're not just the numbers, that you truly do want to make sure that they have the best products for their goals, and that you're here to take care of them. Another thing that I absolutely love to do is I just write a handwritten card, and I put a little energy stick right in there to give them a sample. But that just takes that, customer service to that whole next level. And they love that so much. It's very rare to get a handwritten card nowadays. So giving that little personal touch is so amazing. So you guys, here's the thing. The customer conversation, it should be so simple and not over, thinking it. Have that mechanical hat on when you're doing your follow-ups and you are, doing out like your each section of the conversation. It should flow so beautifully. And one more thing, you guys, is when we're asking questions before we get that customer to sign up, another great question to ask them is, hey, I know you're wanting to try these products. Let's get you ordered on these. But just one more question. Are you also interested in making some extra money? And then you can take that customer all the way to becoming a distributor. So you guys, we have 2 calls to actions for you guys. So one, in the chat, drop your favorite aha moment from this segment. And we want to know what you are going to start applying to your business today. And the second thing is that cheat sheet has all of our word for word scripts in there. Go ahead and take those and put those into your boards. That way you are already prepared when you have that conversation, ready to go with that potential customer. It's already there. You can pass that on to your distributors. So we are so excited for you guys to take your business to that whole nother level. Jennifer and Evelyn and Savannah, thank you guys so much. You are so amazing and just gave incredible tips today. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
Wow, that was such a great segment. I love the role playing. You were from the beginning to the end of that customer conversation. I love how simple you all kept it for building your team. And I love the suggestion that you end each message in a question so you kind of keep the conversation going. Sometimes those simple shifts make all the difference. So go ahead, light up the chat room, share your aha moments, and let these ladies know what an amazing job they did. Amanda, great job, girl. All right. Hey, Mike, I got a tip for you.
What's that?
Don't answer a question that hasn't been asked.
I like the tip. It's a good point, though, because think about this. How many times are we guilty of literally telling people everything about the business before they even got started? What do they need to know? They need to know how much it costs to get started for the BBK. So I got one for you, Cammie. Sign them up, then train them.
That's right.
I mean, you think about that. All you need to do, sign them up, then train them, and then get them to fill out the 4 and a friend worksheet. It's pretty simple.
Well, a confused mind says no. So don't feel like you have to give them everything right out of the gate. Piece by piece is going to be important. And that simple 4 and a friend worksheet is going to help tremendously. Now, we're going to take a short break and we're going to give you a chance to use the restroom, grab a drink.
Rub those buttery pants of ours.
Okay, now you can grab that worksheet. You can start filling it in together. Listen, you can even enroll a friend on our break or 4. But hurry back because you're not going to want to miss the next part we've got coming up.
Because we're not just going to celebrate our Millionaires Club at this event.
We're not?
Yeah, we're not.
Darn it. I have a few friends that were looking to join it this year.
Yeah. We're going to be celebrating everyone who's made it to the Multi-Millionaire Club.
Boom.
So,
boom. First time we've ever done that. I love that. So join us back here in 10 minutes.
10 minutes. We'll see who made it.
Ever feel like you can't get your workouts in? Are you spending too much time in the kitchen preparing healthy meals? Did you know that more than half of Americans struggle to lose weight? You're not alone. Start your journey today. You can lose 31 pounds in 90 days, shrink your waistline, and burn fat. With our results-driven products, Slimming Gummies, Skinny Brew, and ThermoFight X to the X, you can see long-lasting weight loss results. How, you ask? It's as easy as reaching for Slimming Gummies instead of a sugary snack. With Morasil, they'll help you shrink your waist, slim hips, and lower your BMI. It's as easy as switching your morning coffee to Skinny Brew, a fat-burning coffee that also curbs cravings. It's as easy as taking ThermoFight X to the X twice a day with any meal you can get. With a clinically proven weight loss ingredient, you'll lose an average of 31 pounds in 90 days. It's easier than ever to say goodbye to 2020 and hello results in 2021. Ever feel like you can't get your workouts in? Are you spending too much time in the kitchen preparing healthy meals? Did you know that more than half of Americans struggle to lose weight? You're not alone. Start your journey today. You can lose 31 pounds in 90 days, shrink your waistline, and burn fat. With our results-driven products, Slimming Gummies, Skinny Brew, and ThermoFight X to the X, you can see long-lasting weight loss results. How, you ask? It's as easy as reaching for Slimming Gummies instead of a sugary snack. With Morasil, they'll help you shrink your waist, slim hips, and lower your BMI. It's as easy as switching your morning coffee to Skinny Brew, a fat-burning coffee that also curbs cravings. It's as easy as taking ThermoFight X to the X twice a day with any meal you can get. With a clinically proven weight loss ingredient, you'll lose an average of 31 pounds in 90 days. It's easier than ever to say goodbye to 2020 and hello results in 2021.
Hey, welcome back.
Well, hello. It's good to be back.
It's good to be back. How many do you think enrolled 4 loyal customers or 1 team member during the break?
I don't know. Why don't you tell us? Why don't you put it in the chat? I'd like to see.
Hey, I love it because you know what? When you enroll 4 loyal customers and 1 team member, it helps you make money. And over time, you can get into our Millionaires Club that we recognize at our winter conferences. Now, at the fall conference, we wanted to honor and recognize something different. But the winter conference is where the Millionaires Club happens. So we're going to recognize people at this conference here in the next few minutes who made $2 million or more. And we know there's a lot or more.
There is definitely a good group of or more, but I'm excited, Mike. This is
Me
the
too.
first time that we have ever done this, a 2 millionaire plus earners. And so, you know what? Before we introduce them, let's keep them in a little bit more suspense.
Well, you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to give everybody the rest of this year to qualify to get into the Millionaires Club to be recognized at our winter conference so we can celebrate them.
I love that. So again, winter conference, that's for our Millionaires Club. But right here, right now, fall conference, first time in the history of It Works. And we're celebrating 20 years, Mike. So this is big. We're going to celebrate and introduce to you those that have done 2 million plus. So we're gonna do that here in a minute. But before we do, I have a question for you. This is fall conference. But my question is about winter conference. How many of you are already starting to, just plan and strategize what is winter conference gonna look like? How many of you are gonna host a watch party in the winter conference? Maybe you're gonna get people together. Some of you might still do the virtual thing, but we're giving you enough time. You can plan some pretty fun things.
Absolutely can. And they got to get a ticket.
They do have to get a ticket.
You got to get an early bird ticket by October 17th. And like VIPs watching, I want you to think about this. You won't be able to get into any of our friends and family road rallies if you don't have a ticket during our early bird. But here's what's really cool about winter conference. The speakers and the panelists, they're going to be back live.
Well, and I can just see, if they're going to be live, I can see what they're asking right now. How do I get to be one of those?
Oh, yeah. Well, think about this. We're bringing back the white couch. I know how much they love the white couch, but we're going to be looking probably through, November?
Yeah, probably through November. That'll give us time to put the production together, give you guys time to practice. But yeah, through November.
So we're going to be looking to see what activity that you do, what kind of results that you have with our 4 and a Friend promotion. And that's who we're going to pick to be on stage at our winter conference.
Bare minimum.
Listen, we don't know everything, but I know for sure you won't be considered to be on stage if you don't have a conference ticket and you've not completed your first 4 and a Friend fast start bonus, because it's kind of get a fast start. We want to get a fast start to winter conference.
Well, so get your 4 and a Friend done. Get it done before the end of November so that you can be considered. And I got to tell you, Mike, I'm going to be looking for those that are doing a great job helping their friends get 4 and a Friend, because they're going to be able to bring something unique to the stage to really help teach all of us. How are you getting your friend to get 4 and a Friend? How are you creating that duplication? So you've got till the end of November, get your 4 and a Friend, help your friend get 4 and a Friend, and then we'll start communicating after November who we plan to have here live and on the white couch.
Right. It all starts with you buying your ticket today during the early bird. Get the rally hat, the rally towel, Be at the rally, you got to get your ticket.
All right, so grab that ticket right now. VIP, lead by example. Make sure you're showing your team, I got my ticket. Let's get social with it. And while you're doing that, I'm excited because we get to introduce for the first time ever our multi-millionaire club. Shall we kick it over to them?
Multi-millionaire club, take it away.
Hey y'all, my name is Allie Antonashi. I am an ambassador here at It Works, and I've been with the company for just over 8 years. And right when I caught the vision early on in this business, I told everyone who would listen that I was going to go make $1 million. I didn't care if it took me 2 years or 10 years. That was what was going to happen. And I did it in less than 3 years, and that was mind-blowing to me. And then the last thing I ever thought would happen was I would find out that I was inducted into the 2 Millionaire Club. That we had done that in such a short amount of time. And all this being said is I wanted $500 a month. I wanted to pay off a credit card a little bit faster. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I'd be here. But I think what this kind of money has really taught me is that this business is my life. This business is my home. It can be the catalyst that can take me to so many more dreams and really pursue true wealth in all areas.
Hey y'all, my name is Erin Tweed. I have been in this business for 7 years, which is absolutely insane, but I'm so excited about the 2 Millionaire Club. I think it's just absolutely been the biggest blessing. So I was a nurse working full-time, stressed, constantly living paycheck to paycheck, wondering how in the heck are we gonna, make ends meet, and found this opportunity. It's been the biggest blessing. I never in a million years imagined that I would be making $2 million with this. Like, I thought it was just going to be the saving grace, 500 extra, a couple little bit that was going to help us cover the cost of daycare. But it's just become amazing. And so when I think about all the blessings that have come with it, it's helped us financially expand our family, build our dream home and do these amazing things that we never thought possible, and, provide the best care for our youngest son. It means so much more. It means freedom. It means faith. It means grit. It means all the hard work has paid off.
Lori Conway here, Ambassador Diamond. I joined this business for some simple hair and nail money. That's it. And it has rocked my world. Never would I have ever imagined as a stay-at-home mom that I could earn this kind of income. $1 millionaire? $2 millionaire? What? But I am so incredibly blessed. And what happened to turn that on for me was to create a bigger vision for myself. Joining for hair and nail money, I knew that I could do so much more. And when I caught that vision, I helped other women do that very, very same thing. And so this business has completely changed my life. And I know it absolutely can for you too. Once you lean in, do what you need to do, set those goals, and then go set some more goals to crush. You have it in you to be that next millionaire.
Hey guys, I can't believe my career 20 years later has turned into a multi-million dollar business, living an unparalleled life. I just left the banking industry to be a full-time daddy, to make a few hundred extra dollars, cut my lifestyle, and I never dreamed in my wildest imagination this would turn into a monster career. helping Mr. Pentecost build a multi-billion-dollar company. I've been with him full-time going on 20 years, but it's been a wonderful life. You know why? I've been a full-time daddy to my two beautiful grown daughters now. I've been a full-time husband to this wonderful girl I met 43 years ago. I'm here because I know that you're going to show up. I know that you guys are coming, and we're working harder now than we ever have. You know why? This freedom thing is pretty amazing when you don't wake up